Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yeah, I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I would like to talk about the BKFC that happened this weekend. Mick versus Ben Rothwell. Yeah, very sad to see Mick lose like that. Do you know what? I think if Ben Rothwell was going to win that fight, he had to win like that, because if he couldn't catch Mick early, he was in for a long night. You know, fortunate enough for him, he caught Mick early, you know, and the fight ended. You know, but I do believe that's the only way Ben could have won. He had to catch him in that first round. You know, he had to hurt Mick in that first round. Otherwise, Mick would have got a lot more comfortable as the fight went on. You know, oh God, you know, it was painful to see Mick go out like that. You know, it was painful to see him losing like that. You know, because I know Mick's a very clever fighter. You know, I was training with Mick, I was around with Mick. You know, I seen the way Mick was preparing for this fight in camp. You know, and you know, working on things that, you know, working on that overhand right, stepping away from that right hand. You know, I watch Mick drill stuff and work on stuff, preparing for everything. So for him to get caught with that, I know Mick will be kicking himself. I know Mick won't be feeling too good about getting caught like that. You know, did the eye poke play a factor? Maybe it did. You know, maybe it did. You know, I think Mick deserves a rematch. Maybe it's because of the eye poke, or maybe it's because of what he's achieved in the bare knuckle world. That you know how dominant he's been and how active he's been. I think Ben should give him the rematch straight away. Will Ben do that? I'm not quite sure. You know, I've already seen things where they're talking about Mark Hunt fighting Ben Rothwell. So I don't know. I know there's an up and coming Cuban kid who's putting himself out there, winning a few decent fights. He looks decent, he looks tasty. Maybe Mick needs to beat him first and then get a rematch with Ben Rothwell. Do I think Mick beats Ben Rothwell in a rematch? I do, yeah, I really do. You know, I don't think Mick would get caught by the same shot twice. That's just my opinion. I do think Mick can bounce back from this. I think he can. If he has to have one or two fights, he'll win one or two fights and he'll come back for that belt. You know, I'll talk a little bit about the Eddie Alvarez and Stevens fight. You know, I think Eddie Alvarez quit. You know, his corner pulled him out. But I think he's still in the fight. Eddie Alvarez is one of them type of fighters where he's dangerous till the end. Whether he's hurt or not, he's still dangerous. You know, and I think he still could have come back in that fight because of his heart, because of how dangerous he is when he's hurt. You know, the power that he carries. I just don't think he should have stopped that. He's calling him and pulled him out, but I think Eddie Alvarez's demeanour and his actions were saying, pull me out of this fight. You know, he didn't look right the first time he got dropped. You know, but the old Eddie Alvarez that we've seen gets dropped, comes back, bites down and swings. I didn't see that from him. You know, it looked like he was hurt and he didn't want to be in there, which was sad to see. You know, that tells me that he's coming of age. That tells me that he's at the end of his career, which I think the BKFC holds a stigma for these UFC fighters coming over at the end of their career, but it's not the case. You know, it's just a new sport. It's a new sport. It's a new combat. It's a new challenge. It's a different journey. So to say that these UFC fighters are coming over at the end of their career because they're on the downward spiral is fucking stupid. You know, I think bare knuckle is a whole different sport. It's a whole different career. It's a different journey, a different path. You know, and I do believe Eddie Alvarez is a legend. You know, and it was sad to see him going out that way. But yeah, Yeah, Stevens versus Conor McGregor. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't think I want to see Conor McGregor fight again, if I'm being honest. I don't think I need to see Conor McGregor fight. I think I'm a massive fan of Conor McGregor's. I've seen what he's accomplished, and I've seen enough of him to stay a fan. You know, I think he's going to make the mistake of coming back and having a few fights, you know, and possibly ruining his career. That's what I think will happen. I don't want to see Conor McGregor fight bare knuckle. I don't want to see him fight in the UFC again. I don't think I would mind watching him fight against Jake Paul or Logan Paul. But other than that, I do not want to see him fight again. Especially at a high level, against high level competition. I'd be happy to just see him running things and being the boss of the bare knuckle or whatever he chooses to do. I'm happy with. I don't want to see him fight again. But yeah, God bless. Thanks for listening.